Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play The Curious Expedition. Yes, welcome back, because I already did a full playthrough of The Curious Expedition back when it was in Alpha 14. But now I thought that I need a bit of a break from all that Caveman to Cosmos, because it's fun but a bit long-winded. So here I am with an indie gem that is way more adventurous. So for those of you that haven't watched my original Let's Play, The Curious Expedition is a sort of fantasy 19th century themed game in which you take role of one of the few famous explorers or scientists, and you take them on 6 expeditions, if you can survive all of them, in the quest of becoming the biggest explorer of the Explorers Club, which is based in London. Yeah, it's kind of fun, so here we go. Last time, when I played this, I played with Richard Francis Burton, my favorite character of them all. But I thought that this time we won't really aim for the stars, but aim more for the hilarity of the situation, and we're gonna play Aleister Crowley. Notorious occultist, self-proclaimed prophet with a thing for funky hats. Occult Vision is his starting perk, reveals the location of all stone circles and increases the radius when analyzing them. He's, well, basically Aleister Crowley's, let's say it this way, Aleister Crowley's playthroughs are a train wreck. I never really finished the game with him, because it always goes horribly wrong and ends up in cannibalism and terror. But let's give it a try. So we're gonna start with 3 cultists who are characters. A perfectly normal person with special interests will not try to conspire against you. Well, 3 of these guys. No one else has, to my knowledge, 3 characters. Nope, the best you can hope for is 2 and an animal. So Crowley is special in this. He's also special in the fact that when consuming coca leaves, you get extra sanity from your cultists, so this is something we will want to consume frequently. He also, for some reason, has 6 dynamites and 4 shovels. So let's head on to our first expedition. I will explain everything as we go through that one. Welcome back to the Explorers Club, old friend. Have you heard that we are building a statue to honor the expedition of something? Word is that you have a good chance of seeing your likeness on that statue. However, I'm afraid to tell you that you must face 4 opponents. You and your rivals have 6 expeditions to prove who is the most famous explorer. Now go explore, adventure awaits. So we're playing against Frederick Courtney Sellas, Marie Curie, Charles Darwin, and Amelia Earhart. In each of the expeditions, we will be ranked compared to them, and the one who will have a sum, or the highest total sum of points after the 6 expeditions wins. So before we go to the first expedition, there isn't much to say. Emily is in the horrible grassland. I forgot who this is in Yolompani grassland. Darwin is in Tiki Taka grassland, and our 4th opponent, Sellas, is exploring the Black grassland. Marie Curie, yes, Marie Curie is in the Yolompani grassland, and we're going to the sorrowful one. A well-balanced region consisting mostly of white grasslands. Rumors talked about the golden pyramid that can be found in this region. So let's start our expedition. Now, before every expedition, we will have time to buy stuff and prepare carefully, with the exception of the first one. We will just sail, and that's that. So after being too excited to sleep, I made my way to the docks. We had some more time before the ship would be ready, so I saw if there was anything I could do. Someone walked up to me and pleaded for my help. He desired to have a message delivered to the chief of a village located in the region we were headed to. Let's accept, there's no reason not to. He handed us a sealed envelope, which he promised to deliver. I rejoiced as the vessel was ready for departure. let's set sail. Now, the first expedition is just starting. So let's have a sip of tea while we watch our beautiful ship go. And here we are. After barely surviving one of the most monstrous thunderstorms I have ever witnessed on a ship, we arrived at our expedition area. We had arrived, and it was time to start exploring. So one of the new features for those of you who watched the original Let's Play is that now we have a ship storage where we can store extra items. But as we have none, we don't really have to care. So let's begin our expedition. Maybe we should have them to deliver the letter first. So we need to deliver it here. Now this is the game map. It's hexagon based, as you see. And on the screen you can see a couple of things. First, this is our sanity, the mental state of your trek members. Drop to 0 and more catastrophic events will begin to occur. Basically people eating each other, running off into the wildlands, getting lost, and stuff like that. Fun. This is where our characters are. We have Aleister Crowley, who is us, Occultist level 1, Notorious Occultist. We already saw that. These are the combat dice. We have 2 from him. I'll explain that when we encounter combat, and believe you me, we will. Toughness is 2, and he can carry 2 items. He has an occult vision and can deliver a letter. Or, well, that's our quest. That's not like a ability. Henry Ainsworth Sanders, Cultist, has 1 dice, toughness of 1, capacity of 2, and is a coca expert. Increases the gained sanity when consuming coca leaves. So as we will, fall, every time you move you can see how long it will take and how much sanity it's going to take away from you. So when it drops and we have no other way of regaining our sanity, we can consume the coca leaves. However, they have a bad side effect of causing, for example, this. Henry Ainsworth is claustrophobic, so whenever we encounter a situation where there are closed or small spaces, he will lose a bit of sanity. There's Patrick Bone, who is a cultist with no bad perk. And then there's Alexander Charles Spencer, who is racist, prejudiced against and shows aggressive behavior towards members of another race or cultural heritage. So unless we cure him, I guess we can't really gain anyone like a native to join us. Here you can see our inventory, and here you can see the day of our expedition and our rivals. You can check how they progress towards returning. You get extra fame for coming in first, second, third, and fourth. If you come, well, basically I think you gain something even if you come fifth, but you gain extra if you come back first. However, it's not such a thing to really aim for the being first. Like, that won't change that much. This is the map. We have 2 quadrants. Second and third expedition has 4. Fourth and fifth has 6, and the sixth has 9. So the further you get, the bigger the area is. Now, enough talking. You know the basics. Let's go. So we're gonna... This might be a mistake, but I want to see if there's anything here. So let's move through this forest down here, and there was nothing. So we really just gonna go to the village and deliver the letter. So let's enter the native village. We arrived at the native village. This group apparently were a clan of powerful warriors and protectors of this region. The villagers observed us with curiosity. As our trek arrived at their settlement, we were able to just walk inside, as there would have been nothing unusual about our arrival. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is the standing with natives. Currently we have 0. We can go down to -10, at which point they will hunt us, and all the way up to +10, at which point they will give us free stuff, I believe. So let's continue. The villagers observed us with curiosity. Let's deliver the letter first. That will give us a bonus of 2 to our standing. We brought the letter to the village chief. The elderly man was a compulsive talker and told us about the best sights to see in the vicinity, including a holy shrine, which he marked on our map. We felt comfortable in the midst of the overjoyed villagers. Now, first thing I'm going to try is to recruit. We asked around to find out if some villagers were interested to seek fame and glory. A few moments later, we found a group of willing new tribe members and had to decide for a new recruit. Oh, awesome! We can get the donkey. I was hoping for a buffalo, but a donkey is also cool. Remember, we have a racist in our group, so we can't really take the natives. But the donkey, you can be a racist towards the donkey. We called her Miss Lawrence. Now we're gonna try to trade with the natives. This is what they have. This is the meter. So I want the horn foods. They're actually quite valuable. So I'm gonna try to get them, and I'll give the natives some dynamite and 2 shovels for it. They will accept that and give me the horn fruit. So, deal. We came to an agreement with the villagers. Now, as we have sanity of 64, I want to rest in the village. We unpacked our belongings and prepared to spend the night with the natives at their campfire. This night, the villagers held some kind of ceremony and politely offered us a very strong alcoholic beverage. I'm gonna drink it. Yeah, it helped. We did not want to offend the natives and drank from the beverage. It tasted a bit like cheap beer, and we stayed up long into the night drinking and laughing with the natives. So now let's sleep, which will give us plus 30 sanity, so we are at 100. And now we can leave. We packed up the trek and departed, as new adventures could be waiting around the next corner. So here's the shrine the elder was talking about. We'll visit that. And you will notice that the donkey has toughness of 3, but has capacity of 3. Several characters have this, but they recently added a feature which is awesome. You can spend some money before your expedition and increase the capacity of your animals, so that made them way, way better. So, now we're gonna go down here and visit this question mark. It's a shaman hut. We entered a mysteriously looking hut. It was dark and damp inside, with all kinds of dried herbs and other peculiar things hanging from the damp walls. A native shaman approached us with an absent stare as he chewed on some leaves. Now we can ask here for cleansing and get rid, for example, of the claustrophobic or racist trait. However, as we're gonna consume the coca leaves, more and more bad things will happen to us, so I'm not sure that's really worth it. We're just wasting stuff here. So instead, let's see what he has for trade. I like the drums. I also like some of these tomes. Would he trade for 3 dynamites, 1 coca leaf, and 1 shovel? Okay, deal. And let's leave now. I think this would be the last thing we need to visit on this area before we get, analyze the region. Now this is kind of important. By analyzing the region, you get region points, and you can use these to level up your companions. You cannot level up the donkey though. So let's promote this guy. It will give him a bit more toughness, and he's now a coca expert level 2. So he will give us a bigger boost when we consume coca. Now if we get him to level 3, he will get another dice and another hit point, so that's really important. Now what is this? It's a shrine, right? I inspected the mysterious overgrown rock figure. The cast of visage seemed to look right at us. It was a disconcerting sight, and I desired to move on. I noticed some items by the statue. They must have been put there by the natives of this region, presumably in an attempt to appease the gods. Nice. Coca, jewels, and mangoes. Let's take it. You could see that lowered our standing with the natives, but I frankly don't care. I never really had a good standing with the natives after I left. It's always between -6 and -10. So the natives can't really, bother me. enough to deal with them. Now we know there's a shrine up here. Do we want to visit the shrine first? I guess so. The shrine is a special kind of place. But before we enter, we're gonna eat these mangoes. They increase the sanity. And we're gonna go up here to collect the butterflies. They will give us a special boost to our fame. However, to be perfectly honest with you guys, they're not really worth it. Forget them. So let's examine the shrine. A temple long forgotten by mankind stood bathed in light before us. It was a bold testament to the power of its creators. A circle of dried up blood had been drawn around the whole structure as a warning for anybody that dared to enter here. A thick layer of sand seemed to surround the structure. Well, let's enter the shrine. We will investigate the altar. Before us lay some kind of ceremonial room. If this place held any riches, I knew we would find them here. Our steps echoed as we approached the sacred altar. So it has a golden skull and a golden head, very valuable for us. This, however, will drastically change the climate of this region. Okay, let's go down here. You will see it happening now. Yeah, it's changing everything to the desert. Now we could easily visit the butterflies. So let's do it. And we got Bones Petit Moth. Now I'm gonna use one of these coca leaves. You see that it gave us a ton of sanity. And we want to visit this one place. I guess we do. Oh, nice! The bleak and ancient place was located in the middle of a swamp, littered with the remains of long-dead elephants. For some reason, hundreds of these animals had come here to die. So let's search this area and loot the elephant tusk that we will find here. And now we could go down there. There was something here, wasn't there? I'm pretty sure I saw something here, but now it's gone. Well, let's go here. Consume another coca leaf. Alexander Charles Spencer could not shake the feeling that the walls were closing in on him. Oh, he's now racist, he has a fever and is claustrophobic. Great. Just what we needed. And we found healing springs. Those are pretty cool. Can we survive going to them? Yes. Okay. Now we're going to explore the springs. Our trek stopped at natural hot water springs. The water tasted salty, very likely from geothermal groundwater. We're gonna rest overnight here, because that will replenish our sanity. I decided it would be a good idea to stay here, and told the people to rest. Exhaustion was wearing us down. Even the warming flames of the campfire had a hard time to ease our minds. Laying awake and listening to the menacing nature surrounding me, I wondered if there was a way to foresee the kinds of curses that would await me when exploring the old temples in these lands. Maybe if I paid extra attention to their appearance, I could gain a better understanding. Let's rest. Okay, now you can see our sanity growing. Let's rest a bit more. That night something felt wrong as we sat by the fire. Henry Ainsworth Sanders came over and sat next to me by the fire. He told me about his experiences of the last days and promised to follow my lead no matter what the coming days would hold for us. Okay, that increases loyalty, which is a hidden statistic. Okay, we're gonna rest a couple days and then now we're gonna go. So let's leave. Does he still have a fever? Nope. Okay. We can now go and visit these butterflies, which will increase our fame a bit. And then we will go here and enter the Golden Pyramid, which is the last place that we need to visit before we can head home. But we have one regional point. I'm actually thinking of... should we... I wonder if we should promote these guys or first promote Henry Ainsworth or Ainsworth Sanders, because that way we will get a bit more from him. Now let's promote this guy as well. He's pretty cool. And explore. The majestic Golden Pyramid rose above its environment, overcoming all the obstacles we had yet survived. So let's enter the pyramid. After all this hardship, euphoria overcame me. I knew that the name Aleister Crowley would be written about. So let's finish the expedition and see our result. So current fame was 10, I believe. That's a standing one. We get 100 from the first Golden Pyramid. We found 2 butterflies, so that's 20. Wow, we were first! So we get 200 speed bonus. That never happened to me before. So our new fame is 330. So we have returned to London, triumphant. By the way, enjoy this sweet moment. This might be, and I'm not kidding here, this might be the only good expedition we will ever have. So we can now choose a couple, well, one of these new perks. Remember, we have the occult visions, and now we can take either fresh air fanatic, increased sanity gain when resting in nature, strong mind, increased maximum sanity, or geographic, gives additional information about your region. I think we're gonna take the strong mind. That's a good one. So let's see our sanity. Wow, we have 330. That's incredible. Very good result for the first expedition with someone like Crowley. Now, we have 30 funds, you can see that here, and fame 330. When you come back home, after each expedition, you take the things that we collected and you can either sell them in an auction to gain some funds or donate them to the museum to gain fame. They nerfed this a lot in the previous builds. It was much easier, especially by the time when I was playing this, to, for example, hunt animals and, you know, win basically on their teeth and skins. Now it's a bit more complicated, but still doable. So I go by a golden rule where I either gift it if it gives me a higher fame for giving it, or sell it in an auction if it's better for me to gain the funds. So we're gonna sell the drums, but we're gonna gift these horn fruits because they gain. I can gain more fame, more by having fame. But we're gonna sell the jewels because they give way more funds. And then we're gonna gift this golden skull and also this golden head, and we're gonna sell this elephant tusk. So that puts us to dice 190 funds and 510 fame. So overall, a great first expedition. So now, during the next episode, or next expedition, but it's gonna be in the next episode, I split these by expeditions. We're gonna either go to the Vohomi Drylands or to the mysterious Drylands. Vohomi, harsh and desolated area, and mysterious, harsh and desolated area. So basically it doesn't matter, either this or that. So I'll see you in the next episode with some more Curious Expedition. Hopefully we'll come back alive again, because, it's not a given. In this game, nothing can be said for the next expedition.